Hi everyone, it's me back again with another video, Black Music Black Music Weekends, but I am filming this on a Saturday this time around. Even though it's late and it's not Saturday on the East Coast, it's still Saturday here in Mountain Time. So, yeah, it's still Saturday, so whatever. That's beside the point. So today, I think it's going to be pretty single heavy. Um, so as I said, I'm still working out the kinks. So I'm not always going to be able to. I'm always going to include an album, but it's not always going to be an album that came out this week. This happens to be one of those weeks, and I think I might have said that a couple weeks ago also, but it worked out that the album I did came out the week prior, so still felt relevant. I hate using relevant, especially with things that have just come out fairly recently, because the internet, with the internet, people's attention spans are so short, and like something that came out 2 weeks ago in social media age and the internet age and all that is in the digital age as it is now. Something that came out 2 weeks ago might as well have come out like 5 years ago. So just going to say that as a disclaimer before I start. So as always, I'm going to start with the singles. I have 3 to talk about. And 2 of them are kind of going hand in hand, and you'll understand why when I get to them. So the first one I want to talk about is Pink by Janelle Monae. She released this song in the video, when was that, like Tuesday? Oh, this is going to be really fast because Beyonce is coming in like an hour, and I need to make sure that I film this and I have enough time to charge my laptop and charge my phone and get my snacks together, and then I don't miss any part of her. Also along those lines, I saw Chloe and Halle today. They did a really good job at Coachella. I really hope people start listening to them more and all that stuff and whatever. Okay, moving on. So, Pink, Janelle Monae, video, song. I really, the first time I heard the song, I didn't care for it that much, but I heard it again today, and I actually like it a lot more than what I originally thought I did. I thought it's really good. I enjoy it. I enjoy the subject matter. It's about female genitalia, and not just that, but it's about her sexuality, at least from what I believe, and the video kind of makes that clear. She's in these vagina pants, and so are her backup dancers, except 2 of them who don't have vagina pants on, and all of the pants look a little bit different, and they're all pink. At first I was kind of not taken aback, but I was like, ooh, that's kind of interesting, but also kind of weird when you see it and you look at it, because it's really in your face. So once I got over the initial shock, I was like, okay. And I was like, oh, this is cool. This is a really cool video. It's kind of like her with her girlfriend Tessa Thompson. It's kind of like, everybody was talking about, is she with Tessa Thompson? Is she bisexual or whatever? We don't know, but like this Make Me Feel song and video is like so, it like teases that, like you don't know whether or not she is or she isn't, which for me was pretty clear. And even before then, I kind of gotten vibes that she was not heterosexual, just because of the way that she has presented herself. But and people are like, oh, whatever, like I don't know, and maybe she is, maybe she isn't, maybe she's just selling it. And then she came out with this Pink song and video. It's like, oh, no, you're serious. Okay, you're bisexual. So yeah, at least that's kind of what I'm thinking that she is. But you know, that's not the reasoning for her releasing this music and all that, right? She is an artist, she's expressing herself and whatever. It's not for us to debate what she is, what she isn't, and all that stuff. But I did like the song, I did like the video. Thought it was interesting. I loved how she just kind of put it in our face, like, yes, we are together. Yes. Okay, moving on. I really enjoyed that. Um, I'm ready for Dirty Computer to come out. It's coming out on the 27th of this month, so I'm excited for that, and I cannot wait. The 27th, that's going to be a very, very, very busy day um, in terms of music and movies because that's when Infinity War comes out too. So that's going to be a fun day for me. Um, so yeah, I enjoyed the song, enjoyed the video, ready for this album to come out. I really hope this is like the album that like puts her on the map musically because I think she's there acting wise, but musically, um, a lot of black people listen to her music. I really don't hear like a lot of white folks and folks who are not black listening to her music. So maybe this will be the thing that kind of shoots her off into mainstream. Who knows? But yeah. So that is Pink. The next two songs I'm going to talk about. Um, Old girl Nicki Minaj is back. And she is back with two singles, Chun-Li and Barbie Tings. I'm just gonna go ahead and say right now, Barbie Tings, in my opinion, is the better song. Um, I feel like Chun-Li, the production is more interesting, but that's all that I really care about for Chun-Li. It's not, neither one is bad. They're both good. So I'm gonna put that out there right now. They're both good songs. Um, I personally feel like they could have been better. So she's not done with the album. She had an Apple Beats, um, whatchamacallit, a Beats One interview on Apple Music. Um, I don't have Apple Music. I didn't see it or whatever. So I just saw clips and heard like sound bites and snippets and stuff, but I heard enough to know what she was talking about in the interview and read what people were saying. So I kind of understood what was going on, but apparently she's not done with the album. She doesn't have an album ready. These are just two songs that she wanted to put out. She wasn't thinking of putting them out, but she just did. And for me, that kind of feels like when she was doing all the music, all those songs and stuff, when she was like the span of time between 2013, when she did the what was it? Oh, the Boss Ass Bitch remix, and then kept going with Chirac and all the other stuff, and then it led up to her first official single from the Pink print that came out in like April. So I'm pretty sure she's probably in this mode where she has stuff that she's doing and rapping and all that stuff. She's just gonna put it out. And I like this stuff from Nicki because I feel like this is when she's at her best lyrically as an MC, and she's not trying to be like a pop artist or like have that mainstream crossover appeal. She's just rapping. And for me, that's when she's the best, is when she's doing stuff like this and also her features. Because, yeah, oh my gosh, get your words together. It just feels like everything isn't so contrived and just like calculated and whatever. She's just putting out songs that she has, recorded and rapped and written. I cannot speak today. I'm so sorry. So I kind of got the vibe from both of those. I felt like Barbie Teens was a lot. It just was a lot harder hitting for me. I would say that I would like, for both songs, my only issue was, at least for Barbie Tings, I wanted for the production to be a lot more along the lines of Chun-Li. And then on Chun-Li, I kind of wanted her to just, I wanted to, I don't know what it is about Chun-Li that I don't really like. Um, that I don't like as much as Barbie Tings. But Chun-Li just feels off for me for some reason. I can't put my finger on why. I don't think she really knows who Chun-Li is. I mean, she knows who Chun-Li is, but I don't think she realizes that Chun-Li is not a bad guy. That is another critique I have of it. Um, Chun-Li is a Street Fighter character. She's a good guy. Um, yeah, I mean, so the album cover makes sense, but just the lyrics. Um, Beyond that, I'm not really gonna get into this beef that she's trying to cook up with Cardi B to help sell this whatever. I'm not here for Nicki's theatrics. I'm not here for, and I don't want to hear about like, oh, like she's Cardi is lying and all that stuff. I honestly, in my opinion, it feels like Migos, Quavo especially, did a terrible job at communicating things between the two women. That's my opinion. I feel like Nicki should just get over it because it's not that big of a deal. People were talking about it for maybe like a week at most, and then people got over the video shoot. Like, you weren't there. People were like, "Oh, why aren't you there?" You know, and then the whole, is it because you don't like Cardi? Well, okay, fine. That happened. It happened in November, was it? October, November? It's April. We don't care anymore. Nobody cares about motorsport. Motorsport wasn't even that good of a song for her to be drumming up this mess over it. I'm glad Cardi hasn't responded. Um, because it's just silly. Let let Nicki use this to sell her album, or not her album, these singles and stuff. The PR move and all that. I get it. Do that. Do what you have to do to get your name out there and get these songs out there and make people want to listen to it more. Whatever. I just didn't want for Cardi to respond, and she didn't, and she said she's not going to. That's all I can ask for, and hopefully we can bury this stupid, silly rap beef that's not really there, and if it is there, it's there on one side. Um, I'm not going to get into everything else. I've talked about it on my social media. I'm not going to get into everything else. It's silly, it's tired, it's old, I don't care. But yeah, I enjoyed Barbie Teens a lot. And Chun-Li was interesting for what it was. So yeah, I'm glad she's in this mode. I'm glad she is, really putting quality behind her things. I'm glad that Cardi and Remy have come in and kind of made her Nicki, and even like people like Cupcake and like Saweetie and all these other rap girls who are starting to get more shine. I'm glad that they are getting this shine because it's Cash Doll also. They're making Nicki have to actually try and put out good work. Um, so yeah, that's all I have to say about those. Those are the singles for this week. Moving on, the album or EP, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to talk about is, let me make sure I get this right. It is Trevor Jackson, Rough Drafts Part 1, right? Yes, I got it right. So yeah, that's his album. Rough Drafts Part 1. I really like this album. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I like Trevor Jackson. I think he's a very talented singer. Um, I think he's a talented actor also. I'm not as familiar with his acting work, but I have seen him and stuff. I do think that he is a good actor too. He's kind of like a lot of these new R&B guys who are kind of these new young R&B guys. Like Trevor Jackson is one, Jacob Lattimore is another. There's a couple more, but those are the two big examples that spring to mind. Um, who act and sing. I like both of them. Trevor Jackson is super talented. He can dance. Um, he's super creative. He can play the guitar extremely well. And you hear that a lot on this album, and I really love hearing him play the guitar. Um, he kills it every single time. Um, yeah, I wish that he would get more shine. Um, And this is kind of one of those things where it feels like um, because his R&B isn't like this like trap and B and this rap and B, um, that's been going on with like Chris Brown and Bryson Tiller, who isn't even hitting as hard as he was when he released Don't. And all that stuff, it just feels like, it feels like R&B, while it's still around, it's still doing, like, there's still people doing it and doing quality music within it. He is one of them. It just feels like people don't care about R&B the way that they used to, because R&B isn't cool and hip like hip hop and rap. It's not cool like them because you're singing and you're being vulnerable and you're not supposed to be hard. So like this trap and beat stuff that fakes like you're hard is cool and edgy, and people like it because it's cool and edgy and hard and white kids can be like, oh my gosh, I feel cool and all this stuff, and you can't really get that with R&B. Um, so yeah, it's frustrating to see all this good music being released and people just not caring about it, which is part of the reason why I decided to do Black Music weekends that I'm now calling it. Again, I'm going to do a video on that. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I lost my voice when I said I was going to do it, so I will be doing it this week. I promise I will be doing it Monday or Tuesday. Probably most likely Tuesday because America's Next Top Model is off for the season. Okay, getting back. Yes, the album was good. It sounded really good. He did have a couple songs where he was like rapping on it, but you know what? That's kind of a common thing with a lot of artists, and it's been a common thing for a long time where artists like rap on their albums, especially like R&B artists. So I'm not gonna hold that against him. And the one song that I did not like by him, Trevor Jackson, he totally just kind of like pushed it aside, and it's not on this EP, and I'm so glad about that because that song was garbage. I don't even remember what it was called, but I'm glad that he stuck with this. So my absolute favorite song on it is Apocalypse. It's actually his single that's out right now. I haven't seen the video, but I love the song. I think, personally, I feel like it's the best song on the album. It's my favorite song on the album. Let's see what else. I like Ambiance, and I like My House a lot too. Oh, and Broken Hearted. His voice is really good. I love when he plays the guitar. It always like makes sense, and it's just so good when he plays it. As far as features go, there's only 2 on the album. Well, there's 3 songs. There's 2 songs with features, and then like an interlude with a feature. And the features are Lecrae and Ein J, I think his name is. I'm I'm not sure exactly what his name is, but he's worked with him a few times. So, um, I don't think I have anything else to say about the album. Just listen to it, support black music, support good artists, support our, especially our black male R&B artists, um, who are, I mean, R&B is being pushed off in general, but especially like the male artists who are good, are being pushed off. So support R&B, support black artists. Um, these were all very good songs. I do plan on listening to most of them more. And yeah, that's all I have for this video. Um, I will see you all soon. I'm going to get off and get prepared for Beachella. So until next time, bye.